So you own and operate the Loud Whisper Reignite, which I love. And
Thank
you
you.
mentioned when you first came on, though, that you actually own another company that you run for your husband.
With my husband. I'm
With
a
your husband.
co-founder. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, thank you for
Yeah.
correcting
I
me.
always have to correct. It's very interesting, especially, and it normally comes from women. That's very interesting. People always say, well, yeah, the business of, no, with.
I love that.
I'm a co-founder of the business.
I
I
love
run
that.
the business.
Okay, so wait.
The
So
outside, yeah.
call me out though. How did I say it?
You said
With?
no. You said I know you run the your
For.
husband have a business
For.
Yeah, you said for. No,
Got it.
no, I don't run the business for my husband.
Ah,
I'm
thank
a
you.
co-founder of
Thank
the
you.
business. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
okay. It's funny. I have to correct women, especially women, all the time, and it's just. Did you hear that? Right. So because of how we've been like conditioned.
Yeah.
So because okay, my husband and I are working a business together. Automatically, I'm working for my husband. No.
Yeah.
I don't work for my husband.
I love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But this is what I want to ask you, because there's couples out there that work together.
Yeah.
What is some advice on the business versus personal and leaving it here and at home? And how do you work all that? You have rules, boundaries? How do you do that?
I'm going to be vulnerable and tell the truth. We have been fortunate enough to be able to work well together.
Wow.
Has it been easy? No, it has not been easy at all. But we've been in business together for over 15 years. So it's kind of like it's a normal thing right now. I'm creating boundaries. The past few years, I've been creating more boundaries. I think because now that I'm actually into my life coaching, so I have to create more boundaries because essentially I'm running two businesses at the moment.
Yeah.
So I did have to create healthy boundaries. Like there are days where no, this is a loud whisper day. And I always say that, but it never happens. It never works out that way because of course our business has been going on longer. And what was your other question again?
Just like, how are you separating it? How do you leave it at home?
Personal and no. We just learned how to do that.
Okay.
And it's still difficult. And
Yeah.
it's still difficult. I have to sometimes ignore the conversations or say, I'm not talking about work right now. And it put a strain on our marriage in the sense that all we did was talk about work.
Yeah.
There was no dating. There was no nothing. It was work. And then you know what happens when that happens. So you're talking to your husband and your wife about work, and about your personal life, you're talking to everybody else. But when you come with your husband and wife, you're talking about work because you own the business.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had to dial back and say, okay, this is becoming a dangerous spot here. So let's get ourselves back together and move from there. So it's not easy. I would say people have to, because every couple is different, do what works for you. But most importantly, if you can, for both parties, just create healthy boundaries. And then when you get home, say, we're not going to talk about work. We didn't do that. We really didn't do that. And we're actually in the process now of learning how to not continue doing that because we've done it for so long that it's so natural that we have to catch ourselves sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that's, I don't want to say an issue, but we struggle with that. But
it's an issue. Let's be honest. It is an issue.
Yeah. Mainly because of me though. I'm very passionate about what I do. And I could literally work and create and create experiences like this and the programs that, and I could all day every day do this. And my fiance is the opposite. He is very carefree and he loves to relax and have fun. So we clash a lot with that sometimes. And I've had to dial myself down and he's had to dial himself in. And it's a process.
Yeah, it is a process. And like you said, look, we're keeping it honest. It truly is an issue. But it's something, like you say, something you have to work on. Like, you're passionate about what we do. We are both passionate about what we do. But I had to wake up and realize that we cannot only just be passionate about what we do and not be passionate about our personal lives.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So what happens when your business goes away? You can have you ever thought about that?
No.
Yeah. What happens when that goes away? What happens when you're not able to be so passionate, or even just a period in time? We understand how life works. You're not able to do all that. And that is why, even when I work with entrepreneur women, it's just to be able, I love the fact that you're passionate. I'm passionate. Keep being passionate, because that's a good character. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. Go out there and make the money. But we have to awaken ourselves consciously to be able to align our personal life and our business life so we can thrive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You find a lot of people who are successful. They're just successful and they keep being successful. They have children and they keep being successful. Then when they get to the point where they can't, they're still successful, but they're not doing as much as they did. They look around on this hand, your kids are grown. They're gone. You never knew what they liked. You didn't know who they were. You didn't pay attention to them, because it was that idea that I'm showing them love by providing for them.
Yeah.
And especially in this world that we're living in right now, that doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. No, it doesn't work anymore. So for me, there's more to life than I have to draw myself back from the doing to being.
Yeah.
And women, we have to learn to be grounded, still, and be. Yeah.
I totally agree.